today failed to make a sweeping guarantee to British citizens living on the continent in the event of a no deal, despite a similar promise from Theresa May. Instead, the EU is encouraging individual nations to guarantee their status. I spoke to Cathryn Dobson, a British woman living in France who's involved in a campaign to preserve expat rights after Brexit. I asked her what was her worst fear in the event of no deal.
Our worst fear that there's no deal is simply that on the 29th of March we're EU citizens, and on the 30th of March we don't know what we are. So we could effectively end up being illegal residents in our own homes.
So what toll is this taking on you? How anxious is it making you?
We've been living in limbo for over 900 days now since the referendum. We run businesses, we have families. We've been unable to plan going forward for all that time. We're now 100 days away from Brexit Day, and we're being told that we have no transition period. We've been told in 100 days we'll have a status, but we don't know what it is. We don't know how to apply for it, and we don't know what rights we're going to have under the new status. Of course, we're very, very stressed.
I mean, how does that, just give us an example of how that stress manifests itself? I mean, are you staying awake at night worrying about this, or do you trust at the end of the day it'll be all right?
No, I think there's many of us who have sleepless nights. For instance, I've got 3 children who are aged 17, 19 and 21. My 17-year-old needs to apply for universities. We don't know what basis she can apply for universities. She's an EU citizen now. She won't be one on the 30th of March. My 21-year-old daughter is just starting out in work. How will they get the papers that they need at a time when they're very mobile and they have limited resources? Of course, we're all very worried. There are some very vulnerable people whose mental health has really been hurt over the last 2 years, and how will they take this latest news?
What measures are you putting in place personally and as a family to try and, make things okay on the 30th of March?
Well, we've applied for our residency permits here in France. So my husband and I, we have got our permanent residency permits. So we're to some not secure, but we've done the best that we can do. It's far more difficult, as I said before, for our children, for our 21 and 19-year-olds to get their residency permits. So it's just a challenging time for us all.
Cathryn Dobson speaking to me earlier.